Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new farming simulator video with Jeff Dragon. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a great day and the weekend's coming up. Tomorrow's going to be Friday. Yeah. So this is an unexpected video, but I thought I needed to make it. The Lone Oak Pig Husbandry for console players, I'm pretty sure for PC players as well. But for console players, me specifically, the PlayStation 4, there is a glitch with the Lone Oak Pig Husbandry since the last update. What happens is, the update said it was supposed to fix manure. Well, I believe they were talking about slurry. I didn't even know slurry was broken. I didn't even realize it didn't work because, let me show you on my animal seasons map, you can see there's no more straw. The trigger point for straw on the Lone Oak Pig Husbandry placement doesn't work anymore. But now I'm producing slurry, which is good. I've never done slurry before. It's going to be a nice change of pace because honestly, giving pigs straw every day, even with only 99 of them, is very annoying. And I have it set on 9 days per season, 36 days per year. Now, folks that have their seasons set for 3 days per season, 12 days per year, or folks that have it set for 6 days per season, 24 days per year, must have had pigs before. Now, I once had about 250 pigs out of 500, because that's 500 is the max. And they were going through straw at an amazing fast pace. It was a point where it became tedious, it became a grind. So actually this is kind of a nice happy accident for me, because the reason I like producing manure is because of my greenhouse for my tomatoes, and I have an apple tree and an orange tree. When you give them manure, you get double income, in addition to, of course, watering them, of course. And I believe the only way to fix this, let me show you here. As you saw, I have 0 straw. I have 4,000 liters of straw in this. And the trigger point just doesn't exist. It's gone. It was right underneath this porch roof. The trigger point's gone. It used to always be right here. Even if I hit the triangle button or force it with R1 triangle, nothing happens. Now, I believe the only way to fix that is to sell the pig husbandry. Of course, sell the pigs first. But if I sell them now, I'm not going to get much of a profit. They're all just piglets. And the reason why they're all just piglets, I'm going to tell you in a minute. Because they reproduce way too quickly. Even on 9 days per season, pigs in the seasons game, they're too ridiculously fast. It becomes a grind, it becomes tedious, it doesn't become fun anymore. You don't look forward to it, and that's when it becomes to the point where you're thinking, it's nice while it lasted, but at least I don't have to do straw. I was kind of hoping slurry didn't work, but now that it's working, I'm going to be committed to keeping this. And the reason I can't sell it and replace it, which I think will fix the straw trigger, I think that's the only way to fix it since the update. But I cannot do that because I have trees planted now way too close to the placement itself. See, when I first placed it, see here, this line? You can see it? That's how far out it needs to go. See how far out this is? All the way to where I used to have some crops here. All the way to this line. And you can see I have a tree there, I have a tree here, I have a tree here, which I'm testing to see if it'll grow through the porch roof. I think that will look cool. I have 5 trees planted along this ridge line. So I can't sell it and replace it because the trees will be in the way. So I'm kind of glad now it's producing slurry. I have something else to look forward to. But back to what I was saying earlier about pigs reproducing. Way too fast. And I have it set at 9 days. I can't imagine, or I probably can't imagine, people set at 6 days per season and 3 days per season, what they must have to go through with pigs every single day in seasons to have to sell so many just to keep up. So that they're making a profit, and at the same time, let me get into some specifics. What if, you might be asking, what if I got a smaller pig pasture? Well, there's a problem with that in this game. I once had a 50 pig maximum pig pasture where I first had, and I was learning about pigs. Well, they reproduce so fast that when the pigs were pregnant, there was way too many of them pregnant. They get way pregnant, way too big in this game. I don't know why. And I would have to sell them at a very young age just to keep up with the ones being born so that they could be replaced. And that was just with only 50. Now with seasons, in order to make a profit with pigs, you have to go big. That's why I went with the Lone Oak Pig Husbandry. It's able to hold 500 pigs. That's the only way it makes sense in seasons in Farming Simulator 19, so that they get big enough so that the ones that are reproducing also have room to fill the pasture. That's when you start making some serious profits. And like I said, I had like 250. They were consuming lots and lots of straw, but I was committed to trying it out. And every day I was selling some big fat hogs and pigs. And I was making a nice profit. But then I was running out of straw. I believe right now I only have about maybe 11 bales of straw left, which is fine. Doing straw with pigs is not worth it, in my opinion. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this and replace it with a slurry spreader. Not in this video, but in a future video. So I'm going to get this out of here just by using physics. Whoops, guess I can't go fast enough. So that's what's going on. That's with my dilemma. I didn't expect to make this video, but I thought I would share it just to let folks know if they're having the same issue where they updated their Lone Oak Pig Husbandry and now they figured out that, hey, you know, straw trigger's not working anymore. It's gone. But at least the slurry works. But I'm kind of wishing it didn't, because pigs are annoying. But now they won't be so much annoying anymore. Whoops. I gotta grab this. Because I don't have to worry about straw no more. I'm just gonna have slurry. Just gonna have slurry. And that'll be fucking fun to find out how it works, how to use it, whether it's more beneficial than manure mixed with straw, if that makes any sense. I believe manure is slurry and manure is manure. Some folks like to say that slurry is manure. I can agree with that. There's two different types of it. It's pig excrement, pig defecation mixed with straw makes a nice little pile of manure. So now that that's out of there, I'm going to go to my garage, sell this item, which I know I do not need anymore. At the same time, you can actually see what I own. I own lots of buckets. Those are to keep the pig pasture clean. I do like the cow pasture mod that I have. I'll show you. See here? Now let me just, now see, this only holds 18 pigs at most. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how many trips that takes to go to the market on the Felsbrunn map to drive there with just 18? So, of course, I'm going to have to upgrade, which I'm waiting for 82 Studios TLX 9000 to become available. That is when I'm going to purchase the larger animal trailer, which I believe holds 36 pigs per trip. but you need a dolly or a semi-truck to use that animal trailer. So that's perfect timing because it looks like I'm going to be keeping this Lone Oak Pig Husbandry where it's at. Because I've already gone through all the pain of shaping the landscape using the paint ability, the painting tool. See how I painted mud, grass. In the future, this is already set up to look like, the tree leaves are falling off and throughout their life. I've probably spent hours just with the painting tool on my farm just to make it look cool, inviting, makes me want to play the game. The more attention to detail, the more immersion comes into play. In my opinion, the more fun the game becomes. It looks real. It looks like something out of a photograph. We can go to what I call the drone. For console players, I know there's a drone, but we're going to use this grill as a drone. See? All this painting that I did, the rocks, the grass, the mud, the wet sand, hours and hours and hours of painting. Because I am also an artist. I do have a college degree in graphic arts that I achieved way back in the 90s, the mid-90s, before I got married and had 3 kids. But now I digress. That's neither here nor there. That's not important. But, it gives you a little bit of background history of who I am. You, the viewer, are watching this. Maybe you'll subscribe because you get to know me a little bit better. You can see everything that I've painstakingly. So this, at least this pig pasture will produce slurry. If it didn't produce slurry because of the update, because of the glitch, then I would just sell it outright. Not even worry about pigs anymore. And turn this whole area into a forestry harvest area where I grow trees. Kind of like what I have down here. Waiting for these to grow. It's going to be about another 3.5 years and these will be ready to harvest. Take them to the sawmill or put them in a wood chipper, which sells directly to the sawmill. My TLX 9000 is going to be parked in here with the animal trailer attachment as well as the flatbed attachment that 82 Studios is working on right now. That's what this garage is for. And here you can see I have like a 2-track, which on console, I figured out a clever way to do this by using, first I plow out the ground, plant the grass, and then there's a special plow or cultivator that was released probably about a month ago or so, I'm going to guess, or maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. See if I can find it. I have so much stuff around my farm that sometimes you lose stuff. Can't tell you how many times I've gone into this drone mode, in quotes, to look for stuff that I've left lying around. Oh yeah, it's back in that garage. Let me just show you how I made these 2 tracks. Gives you a person a guide, like if it's dark outside and you're driving and you don't want to, if you have crop destruction turned on, which I do, and you don't want to drive over your crops accidentally, just follow the 2-track. It's this tool right here. This, and you can't change the color. It comes in blue only, but it's perfect for making it look like this is something that should be used. It's a guide. It's very cool looking. And then I use, like here, the paint tool. See all this? I got a mailbox down here. This tree I'm going to chop down once it gets a little bit bigger. I can't chop it down right now until it's in the next stage because it's kind of in the way. And then there's one here in the grass that, there it is. Accidentally didn't. There, you can see the sapling. I don't know if you can see it. That's got to come down too. It's just not in a good spot. But on my property, I got about, I'd say about 380, 360 trees. And just in this area, there's about 80 of them. And when the sawmill is at a demand in the winter, you can get over $5,000 per tree. Maybe even seven on the Felsbrunn economy, normal economy, with seasons start from scratch. And I have the Shelby, Montana Geo for anybody who's interested. And I've liked it. I like it because it works well for some reason with Felsbrunn. I've tried other geos and they just don't work. For some reason, the Shelby, Montana Geo works great for Felsbrunn and with Seasons mod. Here, check this out. You see this? This is what happens when you buy plot 30. You get this land around the shop. You can see all these trees I planted, which these will be ready probably in 2 years, maybe about 3 years, 2.5 years. When you buy plot 30, you get all the way up to here where I have sunflowers planted, this line, where this pine tree is, and then right here where the field is on this line where I made it a little bit, I expanded it a little bit. And then, of course, you get the grass, the property around the shop. You don't actually own this land, though, inside the shop, if anybody's interested. But look, you see, you got to utilize your land to make profits. Every little square, what's the word I'm looking for? Square footage is important. That's why I planted these trees right here. I said, I'm going to make use of this. But you have to first place the pig pasture, then plant the trees, and then pretty much you can plant them anywhere you want, within reason, I think. The chickens here, see all these saplings I planted inside here? Just looking here, there's about 10 trees. 10 or 12 trees just right here. Plan on making some big cash one day. And exciting news too, I have no longer any loan payments due to the bank. I've paid off all my loans. Now it's just straight up profit per day. And I'm making about over $25,000 per day in income. So I have the large transformer base station, which gives me income per hour. That cost $100,000. I have these solar panels. This one was $150,000. This one was $75,000. That one was $20,000. That provides income per hour. Then my apple tree here with the manure and water produces income per hour. This wind turbine. See how it's strategically placed on top of the hill? Here's another transformer station, I think, or is that the right word? For cellular data. For people that want to use their devices, it triangulates there with the base station with that. That provides income per hour. Here's another wind turbine which squeaks. That provides income per hour. My 5 beehives, which are right here. That's income per hour. I get a little over $1,000 per hour. There's the outhouse for my farmer that he uses when I'm not playing the game. And I think that's everything that provides income per hour for me. Very nice. I try not to double up on mods that provide income because then it becomes, I think, broken, in my opinion, where it breaks the game. If I wanted to, that's just me. I'm sure, other folks might say, hey, to each his own, right? Well, I agree. But I like to play within reason to where the game is a challenge to me, where playing it actually provides some sort of thought process to where, okay, let's be realistic here. Are we really going to invest all this money and use one slot and get all these? It's because of slots, and where a person's making like $100,000 per hour, the fun factor just goes away, in my opinion, for a game. You got to have something where it keeps you on edge, where you're thinking, okay, how can I expand and grow? I justify it by saying, okay, it costs slots for console players. And you can make as much money per hour as long as you use unique, each one is unique. And it balances it out, in my opinion. It doesn't break the game because you're investing in slots to do that. And you're only allowed so many slots on console. 1,299. I'm pretty sure everybody's curious. I have 1,083 slots in my garage. Everything has a purpose. Most of my mods, the only reason I like them, I choose the best mods that have the lowest slots. 7 slots. 7 slots. 6. This one right here. 3 slots, but the noise, the engine sound is super irritating and cringe. It didn't do that before. For some reason, the mod creator changed the engine sound, and I don't like it. I really don't. This here, it's my toy, my muscle car toy car. Everybody's got to have some sort of toy to play with. You know, you got to have your toys. Of course, this one, the 6.7 high-stroke V8 tuned 82s TLX 2020. Very, very awesome. Drives in the snow great. It makes it up hills, towing cargo with no problem. This is 5 stars. I love the JCB. This is also awesome. I would give it 5 stars. Look at the slot count. 8. Now, you might say 14 is a lot for a vehicle. No, it's not. You saw that one was 23, and it's not half of what 82's is. But still, it's the Continental Turbo Lizard. It's nice. It's very nice. I like the horn. I like the way it looks. Mine is not white, by the way. Mine is dark blue. These are just colors, the default colors, which don't necessarily reflect what the color is of the vehicle on your map. This one, 82's Baggett, I use that to feed my sheep. Another 5-star mod. The Crone, I got the big Crone. Yeah, I love it. It makes mowing not so tedious and something you don't look forward to. Because let's just face it, if you're playing on seasons and you're playing 3 days per season, I bet you're mowing the lawn way too much and you're thinking, this is aggravating, and you move on to another game and you just stop playing Farming Simulator altogether. Gosh, what a terrible, terrible feeling, right? I would probably do the same thing. That's why I chose not 3 days per season, not 6, but 9 days per season. Yes, it takes longer, but each day is not so monotonous and crazy and overwhelming and way too much to do. You get to take your time to relax and enjoy the game and be immersed in it. Maybe just take a drive in the country, on the road. Whoops, back to the garage. The Rubicon, I like this. I do like this because I play with everything turned on for crops. It's only 1 slot, and I use it for herbicide when later in the game when weeds just pop up out of nowhere. This is perfect for it. It fills a niche. I give this 4 stars because of the collisions are not because it drives like some folks say like a tractor. That doesn't bother me. But the collisions when parking it in a garage are way too big. It needs to be drastically reduced. And then because it serves a purpose for my playstyle, it's a 4-star right now. Some folks might not agree. I think that's... And the noise is realistic, even though the noise is irritating. That's what a real drone sounds like. So I just turn the volume down on my TV, and I use this tool. This I like. It's a flatbed truck, but I will not need it anymore once the TLX 9000 is available, because there's going to be a flatbed attachment for the TLX 9000. And then that's what this will be used. Or maybe I'll keep it. Even though it is 20 slots, I do like it. But I may have to sell it one day because the slots are just a little bit high for what it does. I think the TLX 9000 might be more slots, but it's definitely worth it. 82 Studios produces such awesome mods. The immersion, the the feeling you get when you're driving behind the wheel, you know, when you get the chills down your spine driving that, and you're thinking, wow, this guy's a genius. 82 Studios has what's the word? I've said it before, cutting edge approach to making mods. He lets the community get involved in how it's going to be created. He takes advice. He listens, and he does the right thing, and he takes his time, and he's making sure he's conscientious about it. He's making sure that it's going to be enjoyable for the folks that use it. And I don't know what else to say. It's 82 Studios is genius. It may sound weird. I may sound like I'm, infatuated. I'm not. I just giving credit where credit is due. Okay? And that's coming from my heart. Back to the garage. So then I have 2 of these Massey Fergusons. I believe it's 12 slots for the first purchase, and then 1 slot for each one after that. Love these tractors. And the reason why they're quads is because on seasons, start from scratch, all realism comes into play. It's more realistic. It's the hardest difficulty. I tend to flip my tractors a lot, taking turns with only four tires. So that's why I have 8 tires on my tractors. Prevent that. This here, I love this harvester. 12 slots. Serves a purpose for Felsbrunn. That's about all I need. Not a lot of big fields on Felsbrunn unless you combine them. And this harvester, I bought it. I believe it was like $220,000, I think. Now that's the sale price you're looking at, everybody, just so everybody's clear. Whoops, I keep getting out of there. So I'm just kind of making videos as I go on my channel. If you like this type of content, subscribe. Now, my previous subscribers, I was called Cat Dragon. My name is now changed to Jeff Dragon. I made about 100 videos a year ago, 2 years ago, and they were not farming simulator. So if you want to leave my channel for that, because you're not going to get any more of those other types of videos, I understand. But consider staying, because not only is this fun to watch for people that play Farming Simulator in their own homes, but I'm also going to entertain people that do not play this game with some sort of different type of content that's just different. Some funny, some scary, some just off-the-wall of deep thoughts. Stuff that comes from just playing the game and then coming up with an idea and saying, okay, no script, no writing anything down. Take about 10 or 15 minutes to think about what I'm going to say, and then I make the video. And the next video coming up soon, tomorrow, in seasons for me, let me show you. It's going to be harvest day for my wheat and my oats. Then I'm going to show everybody how planting a crop, in which case this will be grass here and grass over here, where I have wheat planted. This is going to be grass. And then as you plant it, you also put fertilizer in the planter or the seeder, and it fertilizes it. And the next cool thing about manure is you can fertilize the same day. So you'll have 66% right away, right off the bat, and that's for any crop. Because if you have crop destruction turned on, and I know, there's a race to get 100% fertilization before it gets too tall, where crop destruction is just going to make it so it ruins the crops. Now, I know there's a way to get thin tires with your tractors. Maybe I'll try that. The really thin tires. I think that will not... I don't know. I haven't tested it with seasons start from scratch harvest mode. I've heard, I've read in the instructions. I've heard it. As you see, I've got quads on here. And I do not think liquid fertilizer works on the same day as if you plant a crop and fertilize it at the same time with the seeder. and then try to fertilize it with liquid fertilizer, it won't let you. Maybe it'll let you, if you're playing on 3 days per season, but on 9 days per season, you got to wait a couple days before you can use your liquid fertilizer again. But manure, on the other hand, you can do it the same day, and it also provides me, now check this out, a third harvesting session with grass. I get 3 harvest sessions with grass per year because I put manure on my grass in between growings. I add fertilizer as and I believe I do 2 layers of manure. And then I will get 3 harvests instead of 2 grass harvests per year. And I think that's if you have it on 3 or 6 or 9 or 12 or even 24 days per season. I think that comes into play. I think I remember only getting 2 grass harvests per year, and then one day I discovered if I put manure on it twice, I wind up getting a 3rd one in the fall. If I'm wrong, let me know. If that's just the case for everybody, let me know in the comments. I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. I do not get offended by any of that. I like people pointing things out that I am wrong about. It makes me a better person. So don't be afraid. So I think that will cover today's video. I think I've covered a lot because I'm introducing people to my new content for this channel. And like I said, if you're still listening up to this point, let's look at this. If you're still listening up to this point, I really appreciate it. I hope I'm entertaining you. See this? There's a trophy tree. In Felsbrunn, there's only maybe about a dozen of these planted throughout the map. But you can see why I call it the trophy tree, right? I'm going to use it to decorate my roof that I've got up here, where I'm making a custom log roof. I'll probably say this, I mentioned that I show this every video I make, but this is a 0-slot storage pit, custom made, that I made, that cost me about $100,000 to dig out. And you're probably wondering, what's the best way to do this, Jeff Dragon? Well, I'm going to show you. And I can't believe I'm talking like this, because if I was talking to a person in real life, I wouldn't be saying, hey, let's raising inflection in my voice. That's not a normal way to talk. But when you are creating content, that's how it's presented. Even talk show comedians will do the same thing. That's not. And when you're talking to family and friends at work, you don't go, hey, oh, listen. You don't do that. Oh, Jeff Dragon coming at you. What if I said, my real name? Hey, cows, let's feed you some food. No, you don't talk that way. You may talk to your animals in a normal voice, in a normal, calm voice, because you want your animals to trust you. But as a YouTube personality, you do that. So this is the building. I'm not going to place it, but what I did, you saw the building, right? You can pause the video and backtrack. This building, you see how it's got an underground elevator? Everybody's probably familiar with this. This is a really nice mod because it saves space and you get but what you do is you place it, after you sell it, it leaves a hole in the ground. A rectangular hole about 10 times smaller than this, and I use it as a pilot hole. Then I work around that and shape the earth to create this. That's how I did it. And then I use the paint tool to give it a concrete look, like it's a storage pit. And it's very important that you put your porch roofs up top first, or whatever you may use, in which case I couldn't find anything in the mod hub to cover this up. I made my storage pit larger than life. Like I say, I like to challenge myself. Big storage pit. Millions of liters are going to fit in here of whatever I want. And I'm creating that custom log roof, hopefully. Of course, you can see there's gaps in there to see if rain or snow accumulates. Now, I know sometimes, like in some buildings, it will still be raining. It looks like it's raining in the building, but your materials are still safe and protected. So rain is not a good enough indication, but snow is. Right now where the porch roofs are, and I've seen it snow because I've had this custom storage pit here for at least 3 years in game time, snow will accumulate down there. And by the way, that manhole cover is just for aesthetics. It's not the one in the mod hub where it deletes material. I'm kind of going back and forth as I race through my mind here on what this is to try to keep this video under an hour. So I plan on taking, see here, I can pick this up. And I can drop it right there and fill in the gap. Like I say, the true test is going to be for snow. If it works for snow, you know it's going to be working for rain. Because as far as I know, the rain will still look like it's coming through. Let's see. Yeah, see? Or maybe not. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's working. Oh, wow, I'm excited. And you may say, why are you doing this, Jeff Dragon? Because there's mods that you can have 9 million liters for, like, what, 11 slots for 300 grand, I think? Well, that's true, and you can get the multi-fruit one, and this would make this superfluous. This would make this useless to have, but it's neat. It's something unique. And if this works, I can make many, many, many more of them. I could have one right there, sell this shed, bam, make another one. Sell this shed, bam, make another one. And each time I'm only investing 3 slots into the porch roof costs, because right now each porch roof costs me 1. I think on the initial one, the initial porch roof you purchase, of course, is going to cost more than 1. But I think I have like 4 or 5 of these on my property, so you could, in essence, say the only thing that this cost me was 3 slots to hold millions of liters. And I'm going to estimate at only 2 million, at only half full, up to the point with this porch roof, with the log roof extension, which I'm currently working on. If this was just half full, I bet you it would be at least 2 or 3 million liters. Wow, you'd never run out of anything. And then the next one I could have straw. Loose straw. And loose hay. Because I don't want to buy, a big silo. I like something that gives me just something fun to do, because because the game lets me do it. Yeah, that's fun, right? And you can only have up to 200 bales made for console players, and that was discovered by Mr. Sealy P. But you can buy as many as you want, but you can only create 200. And there's also a glitch, not a glitch, a discovery where Mr. P figured out that doing the bale contracts, the bales that are created for bale contracts that are left over, are not included with the 200 max. Thank you, Mr. Sealy P, for going down that rabbit hole and discovering that. Now, these 4 are mine that I made. Those are for emergencies, but it's getting to the point where I might not even need these anymore, because I have the 8,000 liter 8,000 liter bucket that will hold pretty much anything. And then I put 4,000 liters of straw and 4,000 liters of hay. So I will have bales made, but I plan on having like 100 of these always available, and 100 of these always available, and then loose straw, which I will confess, I have about 170,000 liters of loose straw in my multi-fruit extension, which some may say, well, that's not realistic, Jeff Dragon. Well, you gotta give yourself a break sometimes, and so you can have fun in a game and just say, hey, we can teleport between vehicles. Why can't we just put manure or straw, in a silo? That's not realistic, but neither is teleporting, right? Neither is being able to run straight up cliffs like a vampire in other games that people play. Super power, not exactly jump powers, but we're able to climb straight up cliffs. So, you got to give yourself, otherwise you're just going to drive yourself insane thinking, oh gosh, I think that covers it. I'm just making videos as I feel like I need to make them. So I am producing slurry. That's nice. So I traded in the straw. I traded in the straw distributor for later on it's going to be a slurry machine, which is good. For console players, you only have so many slots. Oh, that tree just got larger today. Nice. So I like this cattle pasture, which is by Foo Foo Farmer. But, you know, it's a side effect of putting it on an incline. You'll have cows that are able to defy gravity. It's just a minor side effect. But the reason I like this is because the straw, you just put the straw bale down right here, and it automatically distributes it every day. You're done. And then all you have to do is just one day put some more straw. And you're able to fill this whole thing up with straw. But I believe you have to push them up to the trigger point, which is right here. That's what I like about this mod. And check this out. This is how I keep it clean. I got 4 buckets here. This is very nice. These buckets are a lifesaver. Whoever made this mod, if I could give it 10 stars, I would. This helps a lot with this mod. This by Foo Foo Farmer. I believe I'm saying Foo Foo Farmer's name correctly. If I'm not, let me know, and I apologize if I'm not. So that's cool. And the chicken pasture, is that the right word? Pasture? Chicken place is very nice. Let's just go to the garage. I didn't think this video was going to be this long, and I'm hoping that you're still watching. I'm hoping I'm able to keep people watching when I talk. Sometimes people will see a video and they're like, geez, I'm not going to watch a video that's an hour long. Well, with my content, you know, you may wake up in the morning to have some coffee, you may be doing the dishes right now, and you need something to listen to about Farming Simulator, or if you do not play this game, there are 17 slots for that. Now, for people that do not play this game, I'm hoping I'm providing entertainment for you, because there's a different element that comes with my personality. It's not just talking about a game. There's going to be some elements, some different videos that are just totally unrelated, but I'm still playing this game. Check them out. You'll like it. There's one where I drank a little bit too much brown water, and I'm driving around in a 300 horsepower, my toy car, my muscle power car, and I'm singing. But I made an age restriction because there's some things in that song that are just not for kids. I like this chicken pen. That's the word I'm looking for. It's fenceless, and I do have to clean up after my chickens, but it's very rare. Whoever made this mod, 5 stars. The cleanliness, I think I have to do it once every 3 days. So if you're playing 12 days, it's going to be once every 4 days. I believe it's 1/3 of actual, because I have 9 days per season. But if you're playing on 3 days per season, you're going to be cleaning this every day. It's all how you play the game. When you set it at 9, the game becomes less monotonous, less of a chore. You take your time, you have some fun, you play the game for a half hour, and then you go about your day. You come back, maybe you'll fast forward time to 120 to the next day. But it gives you a time to breathe, a time to smell the roses on 9 days per season. Which is, by the way, the recommendations for the creators of this game. They recommend 9 days per season at a speed of 5. Of course, I have gone real time before. I don't always keep it at 5 because sometimes there's a lot of things to do in one day. Sometimes a day in this game can take 12 hours of real-time play if there's stuff to do. That's cool. I like it. Never get bored with this game. I've been on this map now for about 22, 23 weeks. And I'm on year 9, which is now midsummer. 22 weeks of play, not getting bored, having a blast, always learning, hardly even scratch the surface of what there is to do in this game. Right? Once in a while, about every 20 years or so, a game comes along that just knocks it out of the park. This, Farming Simulator 19, Farming Simulator 17, 15, all of them. Never seen anything like it. must-play game. If you enjoy stuff like this. And if you think you don't enjoy it, playing it, you just might find out, wow, you have more fun than you realized. Really. Most games I've played it for a couple months, and you're bored. Got to go on to another game. That's normal. That's normal human stuff. But this is different. This breaks that boundary and goes into another dimension. It's great. It really is. I'm probably going to be playing this for the next year before Farming Simulator 21 comes out. Next couple years. It could be 2 years before Farming Simulator 21 comes out. If I was to make an educated guess, I'd say a year to 18 months. We're going to see FS21, and I will be playing that. That will be on my channel. And then I'll say, okay, FS19, maybe I'll come back and play with you your save game in the farm, get in that universe, but once in a while, just as a little nostalgia. But and also I wanted to make sure everybody's clear, FS19 is the first of the series that I've played. I did not even know the others existed until last May when PlayStation Plus provided it as a free game. I checked it out. Instant success. I'm so sorry and kind of angry at myself. I didn't even realize the other 17, 15, I believe even 13, if I'm not mistaken, existed before. I missed out on all of that fun. But I'm glad this came and became a part of my life. So I think that's going to conclude the video today. Everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great day.